good, boys? Zach back here with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to test Q4 products. As you guys can see, this is a Q4 product that I just launched, and this was day one of this brand. If I go back to the 27th, you can see 0 orders. If I go back to the 26th, again, you guys can see 0 orders. So the 28th was the first day I launched this product, and as you guys can see, I hit 2.6K in sales on day one. So let me go over to the Miro board. Basically, in this video, I'm going to be going over everything from product research, what offers you guys should be running, testing, how we're going to test for this, when to cut the product, and then we're going to go into scaling. So first, let's dive into product research. So I've talked about this a lot, but you needed to solve some seasonal type of problem. This is the easiest type of Q4 product to sell, is something that solves a seasonal problem. So when you think of seasonal problem, you think of warmth and comfort, because obviously they're the cold months. In the United States, Q4 gets cold, November, December time, it is very cold. You guys want to think about comfort and warmth, and not only humans, but think about animals too. So obviously you got fleece tights, fleece leggings, you got oversized hoodies, you got blanket hoodies, you got all that stuff. But what about the animals? You guys also have to think about the animals too. They're animal products that do have warmth and comfort aspects to them. So make sure you guys aren't only looking at human products, look at animal products too, because animal products, a lot of humans love to buy stuff for their pets. So if you can find something like that, be able to pull some emotional strings on them and be able to really make them think about why their animal needs this and why they need to be warm during this season, that is another good one to target on too. The next thing we'll go over is in demands via Google Trends. So basically what this will do is it will help you predict the demand. So this is a really trending product right now. It's the fleece tights. I've talked about this a decent amount. But as you guys can see, every single time around late September and early October, this product starts to trend up. And you guys can see that it's been doing this year over year. And even this year right now, it's trending up again. Right now, it's too late to sell because it's already at 56 search volume. Normally, you want to be catching these more around the 2025 search volume. So this product is too late to sell. But basically, with Google Trends, you guys can basically predict when to launch the product. So let's say you're doing your product research, right? And you see a product, you're like, all right, bet, I think this solves a seasonal type of problem, or if it's a giftable type of product. Let me go see what it is on Google Trends, and you guys can basically predict, let's say it's still down here, right? But in a week or two, it's gonna jump up to here. You guys are gonna wanna wait a second on that product. But if it's already here at 25, you guys are gonna wanna launch that product right away. So that's basically how you guys can use Google Trends to basically predict the demand and predict when you guys are going to launch the product. The next thing we'll go over is evokes a strong emotion. So basically for this, how I'm thinking about it is gifts for family, gifts for kids, or nostalgia. So gifts for family, gifts for kids. Basically for kids, it could be more toy products. So you guys could be thinking what would be a really good gift that a mom or a dad, grandma, grandpa could give their kid for Christmas. That would make it a really good gift, obviously. Another thing is gift for family. So this could be just remembering the moments, the sliding video frame that I always talk about. Or there's these new ornaments that you can put on the Christmas tree where it's a playing video of you and your family, or if it's a picture of you and your family, stuff like that is very good gifts. Another thing would be nostalgia. So this is just making people think about the good times, the old times. So a lot of times with this, you can draw this through a video game. So obviously retro video games will bring back nostalgia for older people. If you're in your 30s or 40s, you remember playing Pac-Man and all those games back in the day. So if you give them a retro gaming console, a retro gaming stick, that'll be something that'll be able to draw a lot of nostalgia out of them, and they'll want to purchase because they'll be this really makes me think of back then, when I was younger, maybe when I was a kid, stuff like that. You can think about it for us, every time Christmas comes around, maybe you guys think of 2017 Fortnite. I know that's what I think about. It just brings you back when times were simpler, stuff like that. It really taps into that nostalgia feeling. Now where we're going to be looking for these products is strictly Callo data, and basically with Callo data, around this time you are going to start to see a lot of Q4 products and a lot of products that hit seasonal and evokes emotion come up a lot in Callo data. It's going to start trending up. You guys are going to start seeing these all over. A lot of times they'll jump from page 50 to page 3 in a couple days, just because it is now that time of year where people need heat and comfort products, and they need products that they can gift to their family or their kids, stuff like that. So you'll start to see these jumping up a lot. So you really want to be on Calidata like every single day, trying to catch these products before they hit like an insane jump. And that's kind of what these criteria will help you with, is being able to kind of like almost predict the jump on Calidata. So like if it's only like 40, 50K rev and it's about to shoot up to like 150K rev, you can catch it before it does that, and then you'll be the first one to the product. The next thing I really want to talk about is speed. Like especially in Q4, speed is super, super, super important. What I've been seeing and with my own tests with my Q4 products is you want to be the first to the third to the product. Nothing more, because you don't want too much market saturation in it when you're just trying to pump up these Q4 products. So you really want to be first to third, and you have to move with speed for this. So like if you find a product on Calidata and it hits these criterias and it is trending on Google Trends, launch that shit now. Like you want to be really, really fast with it. So speed is very, very important for this time. The next thing we'll go into is kind of like the offers that you guys can run with these products. So buy one, get one free is a really good offer. This one will work really good with like lighter products like the fleece tights, for example. That is an example of like a lighter product that would work really good with this. And the offer stacks that I see work the best with it, because you don't want to just run a BOGO free. You want to also make sure you're AOV maxing too. So the offer stacks that you can run with this is just a standard buy one, get one free. And then you got a buy two, get two free plus a free gift. And then you have a buy three, get three free plus two free gifts. This offer stack will make these higher bundles more enticing and make them want to buy because of the two free gifts that you are adding on, or just the free gift that you are adding on, making them want to buy this, and it's going to make our AOV go up. Just because like if you guys didn't know already, like let's say like you're sourcing the fleece tights, right? For $7 cost to ship, but like it's $5 to ship, right? And it's only $2 per product. Now you are only adding $2 to your COGS every time you make your order. So as you guys start like scaling up with these buy two, get two free, buy three, get three free, you're going to be able to price these a lot higher, and your COGS are going to be super low because you're shipping out everything together. So every single time you add another fleece tights, it's only going to be an extra $2. Also with these free gifts, make sure that they're light and cheap products. You don't want to be giving like any heavier expensive products as free gifts, because that will just raise your COGS and it's going to make your profit margin lower. So you don't want to be doing that. The next one that you can run is a buy one, get one 50% off. This is more for when products don't make sense with the buy one, get one free. So like they're going to be a little bit more heavier products. They're not going to be like really light products like the fleece tights. They're probably going to be more heavier products like foot massagers, neck massagers, like stuff like that. So like an offer stack you could run with this is just a buy one, then the BOGO 50 plus a free gift, and then a buy two, get one free plus a free gift. That's kind of the offer stack that I see works best with this type of offer for the buy one, get one 50% off. The last offer that I like to run is just something called the free gift. This is for heavier products. So basically products that you're probably going to be pricing for more like in the $100 to $150 range. They're going to be probably like $30 plus cost to ship. So they're going to be a lot more heavier products. Offer stacks that work really good with this is just the product plus the free gift. And then another one I see works really good that I always add in is family and friends bundle plus two free gifts. You guys always want to make sure on these free gifts, again, that they are light and cheap weight. You guys do not want to be selling a free gift that is heavy, because again, it will raise your COGS and lower your profit margin, and that is something that we do not want to happen. Now, how I'm going about testing in Q4 is a CBO on broad targeting the USA only, because if you can't scale in the USA, you cannot scale anywhere else. That's just kind of my thought. You want to scale in the biggest market, which is the United States. Basically how I'm doing this is I'm doing one ad per ad set. So kind of how this looks, I feel like I draw this a lot in every video, but how this kind of looks is you have your CBO, and then you have your first ad set, and then in that ad set, you'll have ad one. And then same thing with this, you'll have your second ad set, and then you will have ad two. And basically why we are doing this is because let's say you threw all your ad sets in ad one. So like you had like ad two in here as well. You had ad three, blah, blah, blah. So forth. If one of these gets restricted, like let's say like ad two gets restricted, that's going to fuck up your whole ad set level. And then all these ads in here are going to be cooked. So you just want to do this. So like, let's say like ad two gets restricted. You can just turn off ad set two. and then ad set 1 through ad set 12 will still be performing just fine. For testing budget, I do $150 to $200 a day. I do $200 a day if there's already comp or if I have really strong conviction with it, because I'm literally just trying to get to spend so I can outspend my competitors in the market, so I can kind of get them out of the market. I'll kind of talk about that a little bit more over in here, but basically you want to get to higher spend than your competitors fast. But if you are working with a budget where you need to spend less, $150 is just fine. Now we'll get into when to cut a product. This is super important. So when to cut a product. If it is day 3 and it's still not profitable, cut it, right? Cut it instantly. Why we want to do this is because we want to move with speed in Q4. So if you're not profitable by day 3, just don't waste your time with that product. Just move on. Don't spend days, weeks trying to fix this product, trying to make it profitable. Trust me, there are better products out there on Callo that you guys can find that will be profitable after day 3. So just keep on doing more product research. Keep on looking for more products if your product isn't profitable after day 3. Again, we do not want to waste our time. We want to test quick and we want to get to scale quick in Q4. So we really want to be fast with all these tests. All right, now let's get into the final part, which will be scaling. So in scaling, the whole thing that we are trying to do is just get market share, because a lot of people are running ads this time of year. It's Q4. Basically, every brand is running meta ads. Every dropshipper is going really hard in Q4. Even there's a bunch of new people who are coming in because they hear the Q4 buzzword and they're like, all right, bet I can get rich. So there's a lot of people running ads, so market share is very important. Basically, you want to get to scale fast, get market share, because people will come in and compete with you. So if you are spending a lot more than them, they won't be able to compete with you. Because like Meta kind of works like an auction, right? Like whoever's spending the most amount of money is going to get the best traffic. They're going to get the best stats, best CPMs, best CPCs, everything like that. So you really want to be the top spender on your product. So you want to get to scale fast. And one way that you can do that is called surf scaling. Basically with surf scaling, you are doubling budget every 2 hours as long as your KPIs are good. So kind of how that works, like if you start at $200 a day, right? You're just doubling budget every single 2 hours. So if you wake up with good KPIs, you're doubling again, still have good KPIs, you're doubling again, still have good KPIs, you are doubling again, so on, so forth. And basically you're just aggressively scaling your campaign so that you guys can get to higher spend fast, so then you guys can be looked at as the dominant spender in the market space for this product. And like, don't get scared about surf scaling. Like, you aren't gonna spend $1,600 a day. Like if you surfed up to $1,600 a day, you're probably gonna fall in here and you're probably gonna end up spending like $500. And like if you spend $500, like that's how much you spent at the end of the day. This is your new daily budget. So this is what you would set for tomorrow. Now we'll go into a different type of scaling, which is slower scaling. So basically with slower scaling, you are bumping budget by 40 to 50% until you hit 1K a day in spend. And then after that, you're bumping by like 20 to 30% right in this range, because you're spending more money. Like if you're only spending like $200 a day, right? And you're about to bump by 20%, that's only gonna be like a $40 increase. So this doesn't really make sense. So you wanna be increasing it by more. So like 50%, you would be increasing it from $200 to $300. And that's a lot more noticeable increase than just bumping it from $200 to $240 a day. But obviously, you still need to make sure that your KPIs are good and that you are profitable if you're trying to scale slowly, as well as if you're trying to surf scale. So yeah, boys, that's basically my whole game plan for how I'm testing products in Q4. And as you guys can see, it's working pretty well. I hit a 2.6K day 1 using this strategy. If you guys do want more in-depth about my strategies, how I'm going about testing Q4 products, evergreen products, how I'm getting to scale, how I'm hitting 100K months in 21 days like you guys seen in my past YouTube videos, you guys can apply to learn branded dropshipping with the first link in my bio. Basically in this mentorship, it's like a real one-on-one mentorship. I'm going to be holding your hand throughout the entire process, helping you pick products, test products, make ads, build your store, make a good offer, all things like that. Those are stuff that you're going to be getting in my one-on-one mentorship. So if that does interest you at all, click the first link in the description and apply. Yeah, boys, that's basically my whole video on how I'm testing products in Q4. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Again, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe because we're really close to hitting 1,000 subscribers. So make sure to subscribe if you got value. Also, go watch all my other videos. I drop a lot of sauce in those ones as well. But yeah, boys, again, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.